Let me tell you something that most people never hear out loud. You don't need anyone's permission to live your life. Not your friends, not your family, not strangers online, not the imaginary audience in your head. Nobody. And yet, every single day, people hand over their power like it's nothing. They shrink themselves to fit into someone else's expectations. They silence their own voice because they are afraid of being judged. They trade authenticity for approval. And for what? A few seconds of validation from people who don't even remember your name in a week. Today I want to break that cycle. We talked already a lot about freedom and the I don't care mentality, but today I want to show you the why behind it. Why other people's opinion are unnecessary for your growth, your peace, and your purpose. So let's start. The first point is people judge you from their limitations and not your potential. When someone gives you an opinion about your life, they're not speaking from your experience, they're speaking from theirs. Their fears, their insecurities, their failures, and their worldview. If someone tells you your dream is unrealistic, what they're really trying to say is, I don't believe I could do that. If someone says you're too much, too loud, too ambitious, too different, what they're really saying is, I'm uncomfortable with someone who isn't afraid to be themselves. Their opinion is a mirror of them, not a measurement of you. So why would you let someone else's limitations become your boundaries? The next point is, their opinions don't pay your bills, build your future, or live your life. Here's the truth. No one else has to wake up in your body. No one else has to deal with your consequences. And no one else has to carry your dreams. So why would you let someone who doesn't live your life dictate how you live it? People will always have something to say, but not one of those opinions will pay your rent or build your business. It won't heal your trauma. Not one will get you out of bed on the days you feel like giving up. If they are not contributing to your life, they shouldn't be controlling it. The next point is you cannot win the approval game. Let me save you years of frustration. You will never please anyone. You could be the kindest, most talented, most generous person on earth, and someone will still find a reason to dislike you. You could follow every rule, fit every mold, and someone will still say you are doing it wrong. You could change yourself 100 times, and someone will still complain. So why keep playing a game you can't win? The moment you stop chasing approval is the moment you start living. The next point is that your energy is too valuable to waste on their opinions. Every minute you spend worrying about what someone thinks is a minute you could have spent building something real. You could have been learning, creating, improving, or simply just living. But instead, people waste their lives trying to manage perceptions that don't matter. Imagine what you could accomplish if you redirect all that energy back into yourself. Imagine how far you go if you stop apologizing for who you are. Imagine how powerful you become if you stop letting opinions distract you from your own purpose. And the next, somewhat unusual point is that the world respects people who don't seek permission. Think about the people you admire, the ones who inspire you or stand out. They're not the ones who try to fit in. They're the ones who dare to be different. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being unapologetically yourself. When you stop caring about opinions, you become magnetic. People feel your authenticity, they feel your certainty, and they feel your freedom. And ironically, that's when people start respecting you the most, when you stop needing their respect. Another point is that you are only the one who knows your path. No one else has your vision, no one else has your calling, and nobody else has your fire. So why you should expect them to understand it? Some people won't get your dreams because they weren't given your dreams. Some people won't support your journey because they weren't meant to walk it with you. Your part is yours, same as your purpose and your life. And the moment you embrace it, everything changes. Last point is the only opinion that matters is the one you have for yourself. At the end of the day, when the noise fades and the world goes quiet, you are left with one person, and that's you. It's your voice, your choices, and your truth. So ask yourself, are you living for yourself, or are you living for an audience that doesn't even care? Because the moment you choose yourself fully and relentlessly, your life becomes yours again. Letting go of other people's opinion isn't just some motivational slogan, it's one of the most powerful decisions you can make for your own growth. Because the moment you stop shaping your life around what others might think, you finally create the space to become the person you've always known you could be. When you stop carrying weight of everyone else's expectations, you free up an incredible amount of mental energy that you can redirect into your goals, your passion, and your future. Instead of constantly second guessing yourself or hesitating before every move, you begin to act with clarity and confidence, and that alone shifts everything. It can change the entire trajectory of your life. Also imagine how much faster you progress if you weren't pausing every time someone raised an eyebrow. Imagine how many opportunities you'd take if you weren't worried about being judged. Imagine how much more fulfilled you'd feel if your decisions were based on your values, your dreams, and your vision, not someone else's comfort zone. So, the real benefit of letting go of opinions is that you reclaim control over your identity. You stop diluting your personality to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be, and you start showing up as your full, unfiltered self. And that authenticity doesn't just make you happier, it makes you stronger, more resilient, and far more capable of building the life you want. And here's the part most people never realize. When you stop chasing approval, you naturally start attracting the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences, because you're no longer operating from fear. You are operating from purpose. You are no longer trying to impress anyone. You are trying to improve yourself. You are no longer living for the crowd, but you are living for your future. So, choose the path that benefits you, choose the mindset that frees you, and choose the life that becomes possible when you stop letting opinions dictate your direction. Because the moment you release the need for external validation, you unlock a new level of focus, confidence, and power that most people never experiences. And that's when everything starts to change. Not because the world suddenly becomes easier, but because you finally become unstoppable.